Greetings and welcome again to another episode of Off Panel Off Box. This is actually a special episode because we're not unboxing anything. Well, we kind of are. So, before we go on, I want to obviously tell you what's behind me. You've seen the Power Slave pop from way long ago. We also have Charlie Blackmon from the Colorado Rockies, my baseball team. We got the Viking mascot. He's just going to be here again for the next 6 months. So he's just going to be there. Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets. That's my basketball team. And Kyle Connor from the Winnipeg Jets. That's my wrestling team. Wrestling. Hockey. I was thinking W because of Winnipeg Jets, so it's that's my wrestling team. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, as promised, I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of some of the minifigures that I've collected over the years. I have these little mini toolboxes. I have like probably 15 of them just full of minifigures because that's how much I buy Legos. It's kind of pathetic, actually. No, it's not, because now I'm doing something with it. Anyway, I thought it would be fun. I pretty much have them. I have them separated out because they've been pretty consistently making Marvel sets since for a long time. Once they started making them, they've been making them. Star Wars, same thing. DC, they've been getting out of the DC ones lately, which stinks because more DC shit, please. Just make it from the comics. Nobody fucking cares if they got movies. Make me DC Lego sets. Damn it. But they did for a while make some. They did have like a couple of years there where they made like 6 or 7, DC sets a year, and they were really cool. They were all Batman themed, of course, because God forbid you make a Lego set without a Batman. Jesus, right? But and then Star Wars, DC, Marvel, and then there's been different themes over the years. Some of them Lego made up. Some of them they were licensed, like ScoobyDoo. They also had a video game where I think it was called Portals, Lego Portals, and I think it was for all the major platforms. And what you had to do was you got like the startup set. It was a lot like those. Oh God, the monster ones where you had to buy monsters to play with the game. I remember that because I had to buy a lot of those monsters for my stepkids at the time. But you bought like the set, and then it came with like a little thing you plugged into your Wii, PlayStation, whatever, and then you would build as you played with the sets, the expansion sets that you bought. I never played the game myself. My brother owned all of the things and played it, and he said it was pretty fun. But they also had like Legends of Chima, which was like an animal-themed one for a long time. That was really cool. Ultra Agents was another one, which was really neat. You got the Harry Potter ones. You got the Lord of the Rings / Hobbit. Lately now they've been doing a lot of licensed stuff like Winnie the Pooh, Sesame Street, Home Alone House. What else? There's just a ton of stuff that is licensed. They did the Looney Tunes minifigures, the Muppets minifigures. They're doing a lot of licensed things, and it's really actually kick-ass. Because, I'm a nerd, so it's like, ooh-wee! That just gives me a nerd boner. So without further ado, I'd like to start off with my miscellaneouses. Now, this is in no particular order, but I decided to pick 25 out of each sub-theme. And this one was not as easy because the thing is even though I have 4 boxes of Star Wars and 3 of Marvel and 2 of DC, I have 6 miscellaneous. And mainly because I don't want to admit that I own enough minifigures of any of those themes to have a box of their own. You know what I mean? Because they're either gone or whatever. Speaking of one of those sub-themes or whatever that is gone and no longer exists, but was one of my favorites, is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And to go ahead and talk about those, I am going to bring out, we got Krang, and then we also have Leonardo. Now, Krang is pretty neat. He was supposed to have little missiles, and I think he's also got a little walker thing. So all I kept was like this thing, but you got like a little Lego, you got like a little. Christ, where the fuck is he? No, seriously, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. This was supposed to be one part. Jesus Christ. I'm such an idiot. Okay, so it's a little Krang. You can kind of see. He's got the little, whatever, and then you put him in his little guy here, and of course he had a little walker, I think, that went underneath that. And then I have two Leonardos actually. This is one from a set that involved. It was like a small set that involved a motorcycle riding lady. But I also have another Leonardo that has like a little scuba thing on his mouth, because there was a really cool set. It was a big giant turtle sub, and it was really, really just really fun. It was a really neat set. It came with some cool minifigures and whatnot. So that's my Ninja Turtles. That's 1 and 2. Again, no particular order. I love all these more than the other ones that I have in my collection, I guess. Now here's one that we'll go ahead and go with, is the minifigure sets that they've done that are not licensed or related to anything other than, hey, we're Lego and we want to make cool sets. And to kind of denote those guys, we have 4, I think. Yeah, 4. We got 4 different ones from the, and that is the just the random sets that they come out with every year. I think they're up to 18 or 19 series or whatever. But these are some of my favorites. This is a Beekeeper. And the reason why I like the Beekeeper so much is, well, bees are really important to us, and anybody who thinks they're not doesn't like coffee or chocolate or any of that other great shit. Anyway, there's a Beekeeper, but what I really like about him is just the little plastic mask, see-through mask. It's not really a mesh, but it's the plastic is such that it looks kind of like a mesh mask. So, and then he's got the little thing. I've always thought that was kind of neat. Oftentimes they'll do like animal themed costumes, and here's 2 of them. One of them, this one is just fun because it's just a really cool helmet, but it's a Giraffe Guy. Hey, I'm a Giraffe Guy. Look at me. I'm in a giraffe costume. I don't know why. I'm cold. I'm carrying a plant. And then we also have, this is my favorite one because it pisses conservatives off, but the inclusion bear, I guess, the love bear, the peace bear. But look, he's got rainbows and everything. And I mean, clearly, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me at all if the person who designed this wasn't at all thinking about LGBTQA or anything. And they were just like, you know what would be great? If we took that one bear costume that we had and just made it all different colors. How crazy would that be with a big rainbow, right? Huh? But then he's got the big heart. But to be really honest, like I said, I just think it's a really cool set, I think it's a really cool design. I just like the little bear guy, and he's got a bear suit, and it's all different colors. Take it how you will. I take it as just a really neat thing, but if you want to look at it as something that's like, hey, LGBTQA is cool, I am down with that too, because I'm down with LGBTQA all the time. And then there are also food. There's not as many food-themed ones. Well, I know there's like a watermelon and a pizza guy, and they have like the big slice costumes. I think I've seen, yeah, maybe. But this one is my favorite because I love hot dogs. But it's a little hot dog guy. He's got a hot dog costume. Look at that. That's pretty neat, right? I just think it's pretty neat. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're up to 6. Now let's go on to a couple more. We might as well go for the ones that were part of the Portals series. Let me make sure I got all of them. Yes. There were 3 different Portal sets that I got simply for the minifigures. Now, there was different sizes sets. There was I think it was, the smallest one was like $20, and it was like, God, that's expensive. But it wasn't like the set. It was that plus the gameplay. So I mean, it wasn't, you know, a normally the set would have been like $10 if it was just Legos, but because it was involved with the game, it was 20. But each one of those had basically a minifigure and then like a little a small build. I'll tell you what each one is when I go through them. But I would buy these sets just so I could get the minifigure because they were just so like, oh my god, I have to have that minifigure because it's fucking awesome. But again, there were only 3 sets that I bought that were there were a couple of bigger ones that had like I think the Goonies with like Sloth. There were a couple of ones that I never got that I wouldn't mind having now, but of course they're probably going to be expensive as fuck. But anyway, here are the couple of the ones. So 1, 2, 3. So at number 7 we have E.T. How neat is that? It's a little fucking E.T. minifigure. Woo! That's cool. His build was actually a speak and spell. And that was really neat because it was a little tiny Lego speak and spell, so that was good. Each one of the builds was basically like a creator set, the 3-in-1, so you can make 3 different things. I think the other thing that deterred collectors like me from buying that without having the game was you had to look up the instructions online, and I think it only gave you, because it was a game, I think it was kind of like looking for cheat codes, you know, so it would only give you basically like the very basic first build. So whatever, it was fine. The second favorite, or the second one out of that little sub theme that I really liked and just had to have was B.A. fucking Baracus, dude, from the A-Team. Look, he's got the mohawk and shit. It's Mr. fucking T. That's cool. I got a Mr. T minifigure. That's really neat, isn't it? His little build was the actual A-Team van, which was really cool. I don't have any of the builds anymore. I just don't. This thing is very... That's why I'm kind of laying them down, because they just won't stand up. I suppose I could have gotten some plates. Whatever. But B.A. Baracus, I mean, that's just the coolest thing ever. It's a member of the A-Team, and you got him on a Lego. Fucking sold, am I right? And then the third one from that little sub-theme that I really just had to have was the fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It's the fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Now, he's not to scale, obviously, because in the movie he, you know, terrorizes everybody. And it's just a head. There's no, like, you know, there's no head and then a thing. But it's a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That's so cool. And for a time, one of my first Lego sets I ever bought was the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. And it was I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't called... It wasn't Ideas. It was Kuro or something. I can't remember. It was so weird. But Back to the Future, the original DeLorean set, and the Ghostbusters one, those were both members of that. God, it was so cool. Shoot. Anyway, but I had all those, so I was like, you know, oh, cool. I lost. I had a good long while that I was building Legos that I wasn't thinking about keeping the minifigures in one particular place. And so I've lost some over the years, but you know, that's to be expected. But those are 7, 8, and 9. We're almost into our, well, I suppose, let's see, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 17. So we're almost to our top 15. To get us to our top 15, I'm going to use a guy that is just all by himself and, you know, is, you know, just pretty iconic, but the thing I like about it the most, I think, is just the way that the little minifigure is set up. And it's your old friend Mickey Mouse. I did buy the Boxcar Willy or Smokestack Willy. What the hell is it called? There was the original Mickey Mouse cartoon, Smokestack Willy. But the original cartoon, they made a Lego set out of it, and it's all black and white. So literally all the pieces are white or gray, which was really fucking infuriating. Or black. But this one I really like because they put out a couple of like 4+ sets, which again I don't really like. I'll get them for the minifigures, but it was a spaceship. There was a Mickey and a Minnie, and they both have spacesuits on. So I thought that was pretty neat. So that's number 16. We're now to our top 15. Yeah, it doesn't matter. One of the things I'll go ahead and let's see. What's a good one? Sorry, I know you're like, dude, you can't figure this shit out before you start talking to us, you jackass. I think we'll go with those two. Okay. So now we have two that are sets most recently of minifigure series that are licensed, and two of my favorites because I'm a big fan of cartoons and Muppets and all that stuff. And, oh, I gave it away. But one of them was Looney Tunes and the other one was Muppets, and I chose one each to represent them. Rather than try and pick, one or two out of each one. So here's the one from the Looney Tunes, is the Tasmanian Devil. I gotta say, he's short, but he's got bendy legs. Now, I've talked to a lot of Lego enthusiasts who are like, hey, you can make short, bendy legs. Why can't any of the kid minifigures, like for the city sets, why can't they sit down? Why do they always have to stand? Just saying, you can make short, bendy legs. Make them for, if it's a short character or a child character, make bendy legs. Anyway, but it's cool. He had a little spinny thing that he went on, but these guys each come with a black plate that you can display them on. Where the fuck are you supposed to put that thing? Oh, maybe on the bottom of the plate. What an idiot. Anyway. And then this is quite possibly my number one favorite minifigure of all time, simply because he is one of my favorite characters of all time. But Animal from Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. Not only is he just cool as hell, because it's fucking Animal, dude. It's just cool shit. But he's got a fucking drum set, dude. He's got a drum set. That's how cool. When I first saw these in the store, I was like, I just want an Animal now. I have all of them now, but I just want an Animal. And that was like one of the first ones I opened. I think the very first one I opened was Animal. So, fuck yeah. So that's 15 and 14. We're down to 13. And these two are kind of fun. These were part of a set, sub-theme called Ultra Agents. And I don't know the names of these characters at all. I just really like the way that they're set up. You got this guy, which came in a set called the Inferno. I think his name might be Inferno. And but he has a little shell made of fire. I just thought that was kind of neat. It's kind of like the Human Torch in the Marvel Comics. And then this guy is just cool. He's got a fucking brain on top of his head. And then you get a little, chamber to put the gigantic brain. And he's got a little, he's just a crazy, doctor guy. Just kind of a fun little silly, stupid thing. But I bought a bunch of those sets because of those interesting minifigures and stuff. It's a defunct set, but something. This one is kind of interesting. It was a big figure with a Ninjago set. They did kind of a tiger-type themed thing, I think. And he actually, I can't remember his name either, but he's just really fucking unique, and his weapon is a fucking giant anchor. That's really cool. Getting back to the Legends of Chima, I went ahead and chose one. I don't have too many of those left, because again, that was when I was collecting that I wasn't really paying too much attention. But I can't remember the guy's name, but it's a Leopard Guy. The thing I liked about these is that you took the helmet off and they had like leopard faces and stuff, but then you had one that was actually like 3D and it was like a helmet. There was a lot of really fun sets with the Legends of Chima. So there's that one. A couple of sub-themes that have come out. Oh, you know what? Of course, these guys were polybagged. The Simpsons. The Simpsons, they had, I think, 2 series of Simpsons minifigures, and they were really fun. But, let's see, so we're at... Okay, so after a quick perusal, sorry about the weird cut, but I had to cut some of this out, or else you'd be like, you're an idiot. You can't figure this out beforehand. But we have, we're in our top 10, top 10, this was number 10. But number 9 is going to be Groundskeeper Willy from The Simpsons. And to describe how cool having The Simpsons minifigures is not possible with words. I can't describe it. But I would like to leave you with this. My favorite Groundskeeper Willy comment of all time. If it were up to me, I'd let you go, but me arms have a temper, and they've been drinking all day. Just Groundskeeper Willy. Number 8, coming in at number 8 and number 7, another sub-theme that had a short life. There was 5 sets, I think, total, but really, really fun because one of them was a mystery machine. ScoobyDoo, and I went ahead and chose ScoobyDoo and Shaggy to represent the Scooby-Doo sub-theme. And the interesting thing about this sub-theme, there were 2 different Scooby-Doos. I have both of them. I chose this one just because. But there were 2 different Scooby-Doos. I can't tell you exactly what the other one looked like. But again, he got Shaggy, and of course he's got his... They've got 2 faces. You know, one of them is like, eh, and the other one is like, oh, or, you know. If you build Legos, you know what I'm talking about. That's number 8 and number 7. Number 6, coming in at number 6, we'll go ahead and do this guy. We got, I can't remember his name. He's the big orc dude from the Hobbit series, I think. But he's just a really neat mold. I want to say Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, but it's from that sub-theme, and it's just really, really fun. You might notice that I didn't pick a Harry Potter guy. Why? Because they're all fucking boring to me, because I don't like Harry Potter. If I do buy a Harry Potter set, it's because, oh, that looks kind of neat. So that was 6. At number, what are our top 5? Oh my gosh. So at number 5, there's a sub-theme right now called Video. I think it's probably defunct now. I don't think they're doing much with it. But they had some really fun sets, and some of the minifigures were like weird, pseudo-anthropomorphic animals, sometimes robots, but they were all musicians, which is right up my alley. And one of them, I think probably my favorite, was the Octopus dude, the squid dude, with the anchor guitar. That's so neat, right? That's neat. That's number 5 right there. Coming in at number 4, we're going to go ahead and go. We're going to go with Fred Flintstone. Fred Flintstone. There was a Flintstones house set, which was really, really kick-ass, and of course, I have all of them. I have Fred and Barney and Wilma and Betty. I wish they would have put a Dino in there, but you know, no biggie. The set was one of the more fun sets I've built. So, you know, but there's Fred for you. Then we also have at number 3, we have Big Bird from the Sesame Street set, which was really kick-ass, I think. And then coming in, we're going to go through these quick because it's a fucking 20-minute goddamn video. Coming in at number 2, we're going to go ahead and go with Winnie the Pooh. Now, they had a Winnie the Pooh set that came out. I have all of the sets, or I have all the figures that came with it, but Winnie the Pooh is probably my favorite. Maybe next to Eeyore. But Eeyore's more of a mold, and he sits. He's not really a minifigure, if you will. And I know this is going to be a big surprise, but coming in at number 1, coming in with a bullet, because it just came out, but the Sonic the Hedgehog. The mold is just perfect, right on. It was a really fun set to build because it wasn't the first. The first set that I built out of obviously video games were like the Mario ones, and they had this, which is, you know, again, it's the Sonic the Hedgehog, but it was built more like a video game, like a side-scroll video game. So it was just kind of more of a straight line with like stuff, you know. So I really liked that it was kind of an interesting take on the Sonic the Hedgehog series. But again, I had a lot of fun building all of these sets. I have so much fun building Legos. Give me a sponsorship, Legos. Seriously, like one free set a quarter for a year, up to $100. Seriously. Exclusive? Before anybody has a chance to try? I could even be somebody who does focus testing. Like, you could be like, this is what we're thinking about putting out. What do you think? And I could be like, no. Gross. I'm just kidding. Lego, I love you. Thank you so much for going on a blast and pass with me. Hopefully these won't all be 20 minutes, but whatever. I'm charming. Right? Anyway, again, I'll be back the next 4 weeks. I'm going to be doing these, so I'm not sure which one I'll do next. This was the miscellaneous. I still have Star Wars, Marvel, and DC. I think probably we'll do Star Wars next, because that one is more of a deeper cut. Oh my god. I think the reason why this one took so long is because I had to explain about the smaller themes, the sub-themes and whatnot. But thank you so much for joining us, and make sure you subscribe, tell all your friends, Off Panel, Off Topic, Off Panel, Off Wrestling. Jake's Igloo, I think is what it's called, but he's doing a lot of great videos too. Yeah, thanks for joining me, and I can't wait to talk to you guys again about some more motherfucking minifigures. Peace out.